कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव भगवान की, श्री गौर निताई सुंदर की, पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Starting from Granth Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4th, which is entitled as this creation of the fourth order, chapter number 9, which is entitled as Dhruva Maharaja's return home. Dhruva Maharaj returns home, and today's text is 16. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Yasmin viruddha gatayo hi anisham patanti vidayadayo vividha saktaya anupurvayat tad brahma visva bhavam ekam anantam adyam ananda matram avikaram aham prapadye. Yasmin viruddha gatayo hi anisam patanti vidyadayo vividha saktaya anupurvayat tad brahma visva bhavam ekam anantam adyam ananda matram avikaram aham prapadye. Yasmin viruddha gatayo hi anisam patanti vidyadayo vividha saktaya anupurvayat tad brahma visva bhavam ekam anantam adyam ananda matram avikaram aham prapadye. Yasmin viruddha gatayo hi anisam patanti vidyadayo vividha Sakteya Anupurvayat Tad Brahma Visvabhavam Ekam Anantam Adyam Anandamatram Avikaram Aham Prapadye. What forward meaning? Yasmin, in whom Viruddha Gataya, of opposite character, he, certainly, Anisam, always, Patanti, are manifest, Vidyadaya, knowledge and ignorance, etc. Vividha, various, Saktaya, energies, Anupurvayat, continually, Tat, that, Brahma, Brahman, Visvabhavam, the cause of material creation, Ekam, one, Anantam, unlimited, Adyam, original, Anandamatram, simply blissful, Avikaram, changeless, Aham, I, Prapadye, offer my obeisances. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest. But the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. This is Dhruva Maharaj's prayer. After seeing the Lord of Heart, Lord Chirodakshai Vishnu, he is completely in ecstasy and is offering heartfelt prayer, and he is being empowered by the Lord himself to offer such prayers. So reading the purport, I'll read the translation again. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest. But the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that unlimited impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the transcendental body of Govinda. In that unlimited effulgence, aura of Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are innumerable universes which is with innumerable planets of different categories. Although the Supreme Person is the original cause of all causes, his impersonal effulgence, known as Brahman, is the immediate cause of the material manifestation. Dhruva Maharaja therefore offered his respectful obeisances unto the impersonal feature of the Lord. One who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda described here as spiritual bliss. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that this impersonal feature or Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced but still not able to understand the personal features of variegatedness of the spiritual world. Such devotees are known as Gyan Misra Bhaktas, or devotees whose devotional service is mixed with empiric knowledge. Because the impersonal Brahman realization is a partial understanding of absolute truth, Dhruva Maharaja offers his respectful obeisances. It is said that this impersonal Brahman is the distant realization of the absolute truth. Although apparently Brahman seems to be devoid of energy, factually it has different energies working under the headings of knowledge and ignorance. On account of these different energies, there is continually a manifestation of Vidya and Avidya. Vidya and Avidya are very nicely described in Ishopanishad. It is said there that sometimes due to Avidya, a poor fund of knowledge, one accepts the absolute truth as ultimately impersonal. But in fact, the impersonal and personal realizations develops in proportion to the development of devotional service. The more we develop our devotional service, the more closely we approach the absolute truth, which is the beginning. When we realize the absolute truth from a distant place, it manifests as impersonal. People in general who are under the influence of avidya sakti or maya have neither knowledge nor devotion. But when a person who is a little advanced and is therefore called Jnani advances even more, he is in the category of Gyan Misra Bhakta, or devotees whose love is mixed with empiric knowledge. When he is still further advanced, he can realize that absolute truth is a person with multi-energies. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of absolute truth, the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are also understood. Devotees who are still further advanced in full knowledge can understand the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Only on that platform can one fully enjoy transcendental bliss. An example is given in this connection by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur of a person proceeding towards a destination. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as we see a city from a distance. At that time he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When, however, he comes still nearer, he sees that domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various paths, gardens, lakes, and marketplaces with shops and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses, and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of city, he becomes satisfied. Om Tat Tat. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sivadapad Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagandagunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Dhruva Maharaj is offering his prayers to Brahman features of the Lord. It is as good as we see a sannyasi from very distant place, and as soon as we see, we pay obeisances. We have seen some sannyasis coming and we pay the obeisances. It's like we see Srila Prabhupada, suppose Srila Prabhupada would have been during Srila Prabhupada's time. Soon as we see Srila Prabhupada, as soon as we see Guru Maharaj, we would have, guessed he is coming. Immediately we start paying our respects. Right or not? That's actually etiquette also. So similarly, Dhruva Maharaj, he is a devotee of the Lord, but still he is glorifying the Brahman feature of the Lord. The Brahman feature is described here, that understanding of absolute truth, but far from a distant place. Prabhupada is giving an example, quoting from Srila Bhakti, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that a person sees city from very far place, then he guesses there is a city here, and then further he comes closer, then he sees there are domes and there are big blocks and everything, and when further he closes, then he identifies there are so many houses, so many marketplace, so many people around, and then he enters into city and he starts seeing all these things, and he get inside his real business. So similarly, absolute truth from a distant place is seen as the impersonal. Impersonal is like everything look like one. From distance, everything look like one. The city looks like some uh, cluster of something. It looks like one thing. So everything from distant place, externally it looks like one. Therefore, it says God, everyone is God, everything is God. Like that, people start talking. They want to speak about absolute truth. So, as per their understanding, they understand this absolute truth. Brahman feature of the Lord, the energies of the Lord. As described, the Brahman feature is the uh, uh, bodily rays emanating from the Lord. So this is the Brahman feature. So it is Brahman feature is the cause of all material creations, all different kinds of universes, and all the variegatedness in universes is coming from the Brahman. If we see in the third canto, it is described in more details how this all manifests, from how Mahatattva, and then further it is divided, then all 24 elements are manifested. So this is all is possible just from the Brahman aspects of the Lord. And this also is filled with so many energies. Within that, we see that when the whole universe is formed, there are yogis who meditates on the Virat form of the Lord, universal manifestation of the Lord. They want to meditate on the Lord more closely. Like Brahman means the everything is light, or everything is energy. There's some supernatural power. People say there's some supernatural power, some unlimited energies are there. So we are also the part of it. And then people, they think that now we are suffering because we are identifying with this world, when we actually really realize, then we will merge inside this unlimited energies. We'll be part of this. This is what is our existence. This is illusion. What we are seeing is illusion. It's like many speculate. So this understanding comes in very easily, because we realize everyone can see there is energy. So seeing the energy is easy, but seeing the energetic takes more effort. Like we can see there is a light, but to find out where is the bulb, we have to a little bit search where is the bulb. Bulb is here, yes. Light is burning, where is bulb? And so it takes more effort. The source of the energies to know needs more effort. But there is something instantly we can understand. So Brahman realization comes instantly. Even Brahman realization is also said that doesn't come for materialistic people, because they are so much absorbed into enjoying matter, exploiting the matter. They are not thinking about anything else. They just like for instant pleasure. They are very busy in instant pleasure. So they are not bothered about, okay, who's Brahman, what is the source of everything. People are not bothered what is going to happen after death. That's all when happen we will see. Now let us enjoy. So people, they get absorbed in instant sense gratification. So they are called karmis. They are not worried about anything. But though more they try to enjoy the senses, and more they become frustrated, and then they start thinking. The human intelligence is given, and human intellect is given, and people start thinking. Then more they think, they become gyanis, and then they conclude there is a Brahman, there is some energies is there, and we should also uh, realize so much so that we will not again and again get illusioned, will not be subjected to avidya, means this sense gratification business. We will not be subjected to this. We will become so knowledgeable, we develop so much vidya, that we never fall into this illusion again, because they understand, we understand that our existence is eternal. With their analysis, they understand existence is eternal, but somehow or other I am being subjected again and again to this avidya, and I am thinking that that's how I am, this is how my existence is, but my existence is, I am energy, I am the part of this whole Brahman, part of this whole energies, and I should get inside this with full knowledge. I can do that. So that is, they enter into this Gyanis, they enter into Brahman. They think that they in on perfection, they just merge into the Brahman and suspend there as a spiritual particle. But Prabhupada explains that that is also not an eternal position, because by nature we are uh, anando abhyasat, we are seeking the spiritual pleasure. But just being a spiritual particle, we cannot experience that pleasure. So after very, very long time, uh, those spiritual particles, they again, sometime again they will come into the material existence and get the body, and then they again start trying to experience that spiritual happiness will happen. Therefore, this Sayujya Mukti is not considered as permanent. This is a Brahman realization. Then Gyanis, when they are analyzing, and somehow some bhakti elements is added into that, and they little bit more uh, get into details, then they start meditating on the Lord inside the heart. They take the Ashtanga Yoga process. First, initially it was easier to speculate. It's easier to speculate. Anyone will do. If anything comes, we'll start guessing what is going on, what is happening like this. But then we get into a step ahead. We become advanced. So we know the technique. Then we start doing something. So this Gyanis, then they take it to the process of self-control. Asanas, Ashtanga Yoga, they take to this Ashtanga Yoga process, this climbing the ladder, Ashtanga Yoga process. And then they, initially it is difficult to meditate on, so they like consider the whole universe as a universal body of the Lord, and then they meditate in that form. And this, they meditate more on that, and slowly when they also become attracted towards that, in their perfection of Ashtanga Yoga, they're able to actually see. They're actually able to see the Lord inside the heart as a Paramatma. So Dhruva Maharaja, he was able to see the Lord as a Paramatma inside his heart. He closed his eyes, and he was under meditation, and he was able to witness the Lord, the Lord, the form of the Lord, the Chaturbhuj, then how his features are there, how beautiful his limbs are there, and what kind of ornaments he is wearing. All these things they are able to see. But still, though they are able to see, but the relationship has not occurred. They are still yogis, Ashtanga yogis. They have not become bhaktas. The bhakti is there, but it is not matured. Because unless bhakti element is there, the appearance of the Lord will not happen inside their consciousness. But bhakti is there, but not it's not so mature that it takes into the relationship with the person as a uh, uh, no, devotee. This is very natural. We see that we meet sometime first some stranger. We will not. We will just talk formally. We will talk. Whatever business we have, we will talk. We'll go to the shop. We will ask, what is this? What is the price of this? He'll say this much. Then he'll see, oh, he's taking more. Let me bargain with him. So without any relationship, we are dealing with him. We are there. We are seeing him, but there's no relationship, no affection. So that's how that is the condition of Ashtanga Yogi. By the mercy of Narad Muni, though Dhruva Maharaj was meditating this, but during his process itself, he was practicing Bhakti Yoga. How he was practicing Bhakti Yoga? Because he had approached Narad Muni, who is the emblem of a personification of Bhakti, is Bhakti Sakti of the Lord. So he prescribed him this process of austerity and meditation, but he presented Bhakti Yoga in that way, so that Dhruva Maharaj will be able to quickly get darshan of the Lord. Otherwise, Ashtanga Yoga takes very, very long time. It is said that it is prescribed for Satyuga. Satyuga people do these meditations and it takes thousands of years to get to some level of perfection. But how Dhruva Maharaj within 6 months he was able to see the Lord? Because it is the process of bhakti which Narad Muni actually gave him. It may look like he is Ashtanga Yoga and he is meditating. He is initiated him in this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He described the features of the Lord. By hearing from the devotee for the moment, that much time of association with Narad Muni, actually bhakti was implanted in the heart of Dhruva Maharaj. He understood Narayana is a person and he is a very charming, very attractive, very affectionate, and he got that feeling, and it becomes more and more matured when we started practicing Bhakti Yoga. So when we are hearing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we get to know about the features of the Lord. And when we start serving the Lord and we start doing practical devotional service, then that knowledge starts maturing. Then we start experiencing it. We take more challenges for the Lord, and the Lord actually helps us to fulfill that. And we get the first-hand experience of the Lord's presence. The Lord is there. Yes, He is reciprocating with me. It's a matter of time. I am still so much impure, but I am gradually becoming pure. At one point of time, surely I will be able to fully surrender towards the Lord. So the devotees, progressing devotees, everyone knows. Krishna is telling that Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam is telling that it is a king of knowledge and it can be directly perceived. The beauty of devotional service is it is not something post-dated check. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatha bhajamiham. So as we start surrendering to the Lord starts reciprocating with us. So we have invested, we get the return. We invest more, we get more return. We invest more, even more returns we get. So this is ongoing process. So actually the devotees, practitioners, sadhakas, he starts experiencing it. Yes, I have walked so far, and so far more I have to walk. So the spiritual, bhakti process is like this. But in Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, actually the practitioners does not know where is he, how long he has to go. He just keep doing it. And it takes a very, very long time also. Very long time it takes. For Bhakti Yoga, the person knows what is his situation. And very quickly he can reach to the destination. Dhruva Maharaj was within the 6 months, because it's all depend upon our sincerity. Dhruva Maharaj was such sincere soul that as Narad Muni told, though he was just 5 years old, he followed like what Narad Muni has told. Exactly he did, without any mental speculation, nothing. He had full faith in Narad Muni. He is the person who can lead me towards Narayana. So I must follow him. And he did exactly 100% what Narad Muni has told. And within 6 months, he reached his, he achieved what he wanted. The Lord Narayana himself appeared. So uh, that personal relationship, we can see that how it is manifesting, uh, how Dhruva Maharaj's change is taking place. Initially he went with this give and take, some business approach, that I want more better kingdom than my grandfather, great grandfather. And he did all these things for that. But while doing this, he was being purified. And actually, the purification, the crux of purification took place when he saw face to face the Lord. When he saw face to face the Lord, his heart completely melted down, becomes completely pure, like pure gold. And then all his desires evaporated, material desires evaporated. And he actually started regretting this, that, I was thinking like this, for to have some business transaction with the Lord, how low it was. And then he's saying, Swamin Kirtartho Asmin Swamin Varam Nayache. I become so much obliged. I don't have to have any benedictions from you. You have appeared in front of me. That self is the greatest benediction. That I am able to see crest jewel of your beauty. I am able to be in presence of you. That itself is the greatest reward. I do not have to ask anything more than this. So we see that how the relationship of the Lord is being formed by the Lord has kindly, mercifully appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj, and he's kept the full-fledged relationship with Dhruva Maharaj, the full bhakti yoga, pure devotional service has manifested. So so in the pure devotional service, actually devotees wants to give something to the Lord. He doesn't want to take. That take consciousness, doesn't come. Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman paityajya mam ekam sarnam braja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaisyami masucha. So Krishna is also demanding that we should surrender fully. Traigunya Visya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. Krishna is telling that this all the Vedas are just is filled with three modes, and is telling Arjuna to become beyond these three modes of material nature. So to cross over from Tamoguna to Rajoguna to Satoguna, and then pure goodness. And Krishna is telling Saradhaman Paityajya, that give up all kinds of religion. Instantly we can actually surrender to the Lord. Just that we have to purify our desires from material to spiritual, instead of enjoying, to serving the Lord, enjoying the senses, instead of that to serving the senses of the Lord. Rishikena Rishikesas Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So there we have to make a change inside our consciousness, that I am Jiver Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das, Gopir Bhartur Pad Kamalior Dasan Udasan Udas. So that is our eternal position, eternal relationship with the Lord, that we are servant of Krishna. And as we start acting in that, actually our spiritual journey becomes more faster. It's like to realize that I am the soul. Hmm? I am the soul is the beginning. It's like a Brahman realization. Huh? To be fixed as a servant of the Lord. I am the servant of the Lord is more of personal realization with the Lord, or more on uh, Bhagavan realization based. So initially, I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, I am spirit soul. That is fine. But being a spirit soul, uh, we have to become servant of the Lord. So that's how it will happen. How we can become servant of the Lord? we how we can become servant of the Lord? By becoming servant of the Lord. When we meet person who has dedicated himself to a servant of the Lord, and we dedicate ourselves and we follow in his footsteps, we serve under his guidance, then actually we start acting in that platform. To call oneself as a servant of the Lord, still it is knowledge only, it's philosophy. But actually to start serving under the guidance of the servant of the Lord, we actually start getting situated in that. And when we start doing this, we'll also start experiencing the uh, reciprocation of the Lord. Like we see that how Srila Prabhupada traveled into the West, and so many hippies got his association and they became pure devotees. So to become a devotee of the Lord, definitely one need to have the association of the devotees of the Lord. To get that personal understanding, personal realization, we need to go to devotee. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. By devotional service, one can know the Lord as he is, as the absolute truth, uh, Param Purushottam Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only by association of devotees, one can realize this. So again, Rupa Goswami is describing art of taking association with devotees. At, how one should take association with devotees. The 6 ways he describes. Mantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. If any question is there, we can take. Mantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Patit Panchla Prabhupada ki jai.